All right, so let's just settle into our meditation posture. And again, just remember to check our legs. And if you're sitting on a chair, feet flat on the floor, so rather than having your legs crossed, if you're sitting on a cushion or cross-legged on a chair, just in a comfortable cross-legged position, or if you're even flexible enough or would like to try, you can put both feet up on the opposite thigh in the full Vajra. As Venba Rabina mentioned recently, just even to have your legs in this position for 1 or 2 seconds at the beginning of your meditation is extremely auspicious. So your hands in the meditation mudra and your coccyx slightly raised. This kind of helps to tip the pelvis forward. And it does ease any strain in the upper back as well. And it helps to straighten the spine. So now just imagine our translucent light pearls. You can imagine our spine is made of translucent light pearls, and someone above the crown of our head is very gently lengthening this string of pearls. So just notice how the spine gradually unfolds, uncrinkles. I mean, you don't have to do terribly much. Just notice how it lengthens on its own. You don't have to force it. Just very gently. Head slightly tipped forward, eyes down, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And let's just go back up to our scalp. Just relax the top of the scalp. And just very slowly move down, releasing all the muscles in your scalp. I don't know how many muscles are there, but there must be some. Relax your forehead, your temples. Go to the back of the eye. Just imagine you're relaxing all those muscles on the back of the eye. Your nose, your mouth. Relax your jaw, your throat. Check the back of the scalp. Can you relax just underneath the top of the neck, where the neck and the head sort of join? Relax your shoulders, your arms, hands, fingers, legs, and feet and toes. Are there any areas in your back that you can maybe release? And then just go back and check that you haven't slumped. And let's just bring our mind to the breath. Just think, imagine, remember, and notice the sensation of the cool air flowing over the entrance of the nostril as you breathe in, and the warm air as you breathe out. And we just think we're going to do these meditations today of concentration and visualization of Shakyamuni Buddha. So for our own benefit, for leading towards our eventual enlightenment for all sentient beings. So just bring the mind to the breath. If your mind starts to wander, just allow it to be there. Just notice it's wandering. Try not to have an opinion about your thoughts. Try not to judge your thoughts or follow them or even make up a story. If you notice that's happening, just bring the mind back to the breath. It's really so very simple and very effective. Bring the mind back to the breath. Just the breath. So the Shakyamuni Buddha meditation we're doing today is one that Annie Karen has at the very front of her Lam Rim book that she has developed for the courses at Kopan Monastery in Nepal. And Lama Zopa Rinpoche says it's very, very beneficial to do a Shakyamuni Buddha meditation before you do any Lam Rim meditations. So it's good to know. So they say that merely remembering Shakyamuni Buddha, let alone actually actively visualizing him, is an enormous benefit. So we become closer to him, and we create merit. And they say it's also quite protective, from, they're using the word here, evil actions, but also obstacles. And so many of the things that go wrong in our lives are just an obstacle that perhaps somehow has arisen from our karma. So we sort of prefer it if perhaps those don't happen, although we can learn from them. Sometimes it's difficult. So this whole visualization is made of pure light, transcendental light. You can imagine maybe almost like a hologram. And even though Matt's going to show us this image, this photograph of a tanka, Matt, the other one actually, please, if you could go through Mary's file, there's another one there. So Shakyamuni Buddha is at the height of our forehead, a distance of about 1 body length away. So try and make as large as possible facing us. No, not that one, Matt. Keep scrolling. Let's just hold it there while Matt finds it. You can just scroll through her. It's Matt, I'll show you. It's this one. Sorry, everyone. If you can't find it, don't worry. We'll just keep going, I think. All right, everyone, just settle back into the meditation posture. Bring your mind back to the breath. So just visualize Shakyamuni Buddha in front of you, about a body length away, and maybe as large as possible. Is at the height of the forehead, facing us. So Guru Shakyamuni Buddha is on a square throne. So it's like a platform. And you can imagine this throne is just completely full of jewels. So you can decorate it any way you wish. So it's a jewel encrusted throne. You can make all those jewels sparkle in your mind, any color you want. And it's surrounded by 8 white snow lions. And these snow lions, there's 2 at each corner. And they're not like stone, like you would see, usually you see at the entrance of gompas, the large gompas. But these are, just imagine that they're alive, but they're also made of light. Actually, the snow lions in Tibet, they have the depiction is of the turquoise mane and tail. And the snow lions are transformations of great bodhisattvas. On the throne is a white lotus, and on the lotus are sun and moon discs, and these are cushions of light for Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who is seated on them. And his holy body is transparent, made of pure golden light. And we can imagine that light rays emerge from every pore of Shakyamuni Buddha's body, streaming outwards in all directions, front, back, side, up, down. And you can imagine on each individual light beam, numerous manifestations, millions and trillions of tiny, tiny Shakyamuni Buddhas pouring out to ripen sentient beings. Try and get a sense of this, how incredibly magnificent, brilliant light body is. They say that if you actually could see Shakyamuni Buddha in the sort of the real life, It'd be so unbelievably bright, we wouldn't be able to look at him. It'd be too bright for our eyes. So Shakyamuni Buddha is clad in monk's robes, which do not touch his body but remain about 1 inch from it. And these are showing the power of his realizations. His aspect is very peaceful. They say that every atom of his body is able to give realizations. The right hand is resting on his knee with his fingers touching the moon disk. And they call this the earth touching mudra. And this symbolizes Shakyamuni Buddha's control over sort of evil. This is control over his own delusions and control over just kind of like negative forces in general. He controls through infinite love and compassion. His left hand holds a bowl containing the 4 nectars. These are immortality, universal medicine, purification, and transcendental wisdom. And Buddha's face is beautiful. His loving, smiling, compassionate gaze is directed towards you and also simultaneously encompasses all sentient beings. He's free of all judgmental, critical thoughts and accepts you just as you are. So you can just imagine this incredibly loving Buddha just looking at you, just wanting to help you. He knows everything about you, he doesn't care, no judgment, and accepts you just as you are. He has these lotus-like eyes, long and narrow, beautiful lotus-like eyes, very peaceful. He's got these beautiful red lips, sweet mouth, and his earlobes are long. And his hair is this blue-black color, and each strand individually turning to the right. Each figure of his body, each feature of his body represents an aspect of his omniscient mind. You can imagine he's the supreme refuge, and you can imagine also he's your Lama, your guru, your teacher, manifesting there as Guru Shakyamuni Buddha for your benefit. He looks at you with compassionate eyes and says, "You, daughter or son of the lineage, if you want to be liberated from the suffering of samsara, I will guide you. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. To the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Supreme Assembly, from the merits that I create by practicing meditation, may I become Buddha for the sake of all universal living beings." So now we're going to do a little bit of purification, receiving blessings with the mantra. So now we've got Guru Shakyamuni Buddha up there in front of us. And if visualization is difficult for you, you can imagine that this golden ball of light is there in front of you. And you can imagine these Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's robes sort of floating. They don't touch his skin. They're sort of floating above, maybe about 1 inch or so away. This is also supposed to be a sign of his realizations. So now visualize light and nectar beams, first of all, white in color, flowing from the heart of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. These enter our body, speech, and mind, purifying our diseases, our spirit harm, our negative karma, and obscurations. And you just visualize as we recite the mantra and we do the visualization, all this is washed out of us, just as dirt leaves clothes when they are washed. And it disappears into space. Nothing left. As we recite the mantra, I'll recite it slowly, and then it's very simple mantra. So if you haven't heard it before or don't know it, then you'll learn it quite quickly. Taya ta muni muni ma munaye soa. Taya ta muni muni ma munaye soa. Taya tam muni muni maha munaye soha. 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 So now, visualize we've been, be just delighted, all our negativities, all our wrong conceptions, all completely purified. So now, as we continue to recite the mantra, this time we visualize yellow light and nectar flowing from Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's heart, entering our body, speech, and mind, and filling us with great happiness and dispelling again all the wrong conceptions and blessing us. The white light is traditionally the white light. When you do these visualizations, the white light is purification and the yellow light is receiving blessings. Taya tam muni muni ma munaye soha. 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 Now visualize that Shakyamuni Buddha melts into light and absorbs into us, and our body, speech, and mind become one with Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. And we can also remember here our Lama's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. And our body, speech, and mind become one with Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. So you can just imagine our mind becomes all-encompassing space. Our mind is as vast as space. And then light beams are emitted from all the pores of our body. You can imagine now our body is an aspect of Shakyamuni Buddha, blissful, radiant, golden light. And we're sending out these light beams to all sentient beings, to all their negativities, obscurations, sicknesses, all completely purified, as they in turn become Buddhas. In this way, all the beings around you appear as Shakyamuni Buddha. All the places around you appear as pure places. And just think how amazing, how wonderful. Just really rejoice that you have been able to purify and bless all these sentient beings. And this is our potential. So now we dedicate all the positive energy that we've created together this morning. And so you can think of somebody that you know who might be sick or suffering in some way. Maybe people who've passed. Doesn't even have to be people who've passed recently. You can maybe dedicate for a loved one that has passed some time ago. I just heard this morning that in the Gyuto Tantric Monastery in Siddhabari, which is just below Dharamsala, 150 monks have COVID. So maybe we can think of these monks. Pray for them all to get well. Anybody you know who may be suffering from COVID. For everybody here in the United States, all over the world. Just for health to return to the planet very, very soon. Okay, everybody. Thank you so very much. My voice wasn't behaving itself this morning, so I hope it wasn't too disturbing. I don't know what happened.